Just verified him. Very cool now, Kajau. Honestly, I miss the big areas, and I remember playing PSX just for the new update. They told us Pet Simulator 99 would be more free to play, but after a year it was not true. What do you think about PSX or PS99? Comment it. I also do think Pet Simulator 99 should add more areas and make trading for an account that's older than 7 days. There are also too many exploiters. It's hard for big games to keep it out. It's getting out of hand with events. The reason they created a new game is because PSX started to die. They promised us more updates on Pet Simulator X, but the only thing we got was the yellowed event or two. Say the last ever update on Pet Simulator X. This is what I found in the summer update in PSX. Lee Hubs said it, by the way. Early summer PSX was updating weekly, and the concurrent player count was hitting 1M on a Saturday update day. Sadly, big games decided to pull back to concentrate more on Happy Pet Game, and updates dropped to fortnightly. Numbers dropped, but not drastically, because at least they let people know. Then in autumn and fall, things went from bad to worse. No communication, no transparency, and no honesty pushed more and more people away. People were bored of not having anything new, and as they went off to find other similar games they liked, many titles were suddenly hit with DMCA takedowns because of big games making claims. Add to this poor communication and transparency with their own merchandise providers, and things continued to go downhill. People are bored of PSX and they are bored of big games, which is why numbers have dropped by around 99% in the last 5 months. Even now, with the franchise obviously struggling to remain relevant, big games opt for clueless, cryptic number 9 messages, rather than making an honest press release explaining the state of play, or even just recycling old events every few weeks to keep people interested. Fortunately for them, in the games industry, a fan base, especially when it's predominantly 12-year-olds, forgive and forget quickly. So when we do get the odd update, or when we do get a new game, Happy Pet Game, a lot of people will return, in the hope big games will learn from their mistakes. The sad truth is, the same will happen, just as it did with Pet Simulator 2. But because they got lucky with exposure, mostly due to COVID and everyone playing games more through the lifespan of PSX, they actually believe they are great developers, so they think a new game's success is guaranteed, even though they knew ignore the fanbase that made that game what it was. Either way, PSX is dying and isn't going to get any better. Even an update will only bring short-lived activity until they disappear to concentrate on something else. My best advice is, if you're not already invested in PSX, don't waste your time. Check out other games. Click Simulator, Pet Rift 2, Pet Racing Simulator, Hopping Simulator. All great in their own way and all getting regular updates. Then when HPG PSX sequel does release, give it a shot and let's hope big games have learnt something from these last few months. I'll personally invest plenty of time in their next project, Happy Pet Game. But with how things have gone recently, I'm less and less optimistic about Poten. Warning, long, scummy story. Scamming trigger warning. It's the first time we've needed to post something like this. But this scam was so bad and so blatant, even trying to get the subreddit to support the scam, that it requires some extra action. Unfortunately, the scammer recently swindled a gargantuan away from a friend of his. It was supposed to be an index trade, but the scammer gave several undervalued pets to the victim, and declared that it was now an official trade and he wouldn't be giving the gargantuan back. That person went onto the Big Games Discord to try and get validation for the trade. where he got a lot of pushback. And then he changed his story slightly, leaving out key details, and posted in this subreddit. That post has been deleted by the OP, but you can find it here. The deleted post text, which is false, reads, "Okay, so we were in a call, right, and he told me he wanted to trade so I can sell his pets and stuff like that. How a trade would usually go. Keep in mind the guy isn't a kid, he's about to be 18, just so you don't assume I scammed, but anyway, he put his gargantuan in, I put my Titanic in, and 2 other huge. He accepts. I ask if he's sure, like 100% sure on this trade. And he says yes, so he accepts and the trade goes through. I can believe I finally got one of these for honestly dirt cheap." The victim is not 18. No reason to lie about that except to suggest that the victim knew what he was doing. It was for Index as the scammer Himmel first mentioned in Discord, before changing his story and posting it on Reddit. Even worse, instead of feeling shy or remorseful, he tried to scam the same person again by the old scam of pretending a pet is glitched and is a rare pet that can use the glittering charm as proof of how rare and valuable the pet is. He showed the victim a fake conversation from person offering to trade gargantuans for the scammer's pets. This is what happened to the scammer. He was kicked from his clan after the clan leader found out what happened and has been looking for a new one. Clan leaders and officers should watch out for this guy. I also know we have some big games and Roblox moderators here. If you have the power to do so, then please look into this guy's trade history and take whatever action you can. If the pet is already gone, then a permaban from the game is a fitting punishment. It's sad that people like this go around building trust with others and stealing from them. Let's work together to make sure that they don't go unpunished. Don't trust anyone that you can't look eye to eye in person with your items. Online friends are sometimes just building trust for the big payoff, as evidenced here. If you can't touch them in the real world, don't give them anything you can't afford to not get back. Period. No excuses. Trust is a valuable thing, and betrayal is very easy for some when it comes to valuables. Trash is gonna trash and greed will reveal it. Remember this story, everyone.